You're about to walk into Best Buy, Target, or scroll through Amazon, and you'll see this massive wall of glowing screens, all claiming to be the best TV ever. They've got fancy buzzwords like quantum, AI, picture enhancer, super OLED, nano crystal. Basically, everything short of calling themselves the TV of your dreams. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Behind that wall of bright colors and showroom shine, there are some brands that will make your life miserable after the honeymoon phase is over. Before you spend your hard-earned money, please, seriously, watch this till the end, because today, we're ranking the top 12 TV brands from worst to best in 2025 based on real data, reliability, customer satisfaction, and actual user complaints. And trust me, some of these results are going to surprise you. Number 12, Element TVs. Let's start with the one brand people buy when they're trying to save money. Element sounds decent on paper. Cheap. Big screen. Available at Walmart. But real users say it's more like buying a short-term relationship. These TVs often struggle with screen uniformity, laggy menus, and a lifespan that sometimes doesn't make it past 2 years. Consumer Reports data shows Element's reliability score is among the lowest in its price category. You might save a few $100 up front, but you'll lose far more in frustration later. Verdict: budget bait. Looks affordable, costs you peace of mind. Number 11, Westinghouse. Westinghouse, once a respected American name, now a licensing zombie that lives mostly in bargain bins. If you've ever walked into a warehouse store and seen a 65 in 4K TV for $299, odds are it was a Westinghouse. Tempting? Sure. Reliable? Not so much. Their TVs use outdated panels, sluggish processors, and have some of the highest failure rates reported by buyers on Best Buy and Amazon. The software support is minimal. Updates rarely come, and when they do, they often break something else. Verdict: a Stalia brand that should have stayed retired. Number 10, Scepter. Now, this one's tricky. Scepter has a loyal following, mainly because it's one of the cheapest big screen options around. But it's kind of like buying a sports car body with a lawnmower engine inside. Sure, it looks okay out of the box, but try streaming Netflix or gaming, and you'll notice lag, dull brightness, and weird motion blur that makes everything look like a 2003 soap opera. Real data from user reviews show a return rate higher than 15%, which is way above the industry average. Verdict: a classic case of you get what you pay for. Number 9, Heinz. Okay, this one might surprise some people. Heinz has been gaining hype for its features and aggressive pricing, but here's the catch. Reliability still hasn't caught up with the marketing. According to Consumer Reports 2025, Heinz and Vizio both lost their recommended status because of reliability concerns. About 1 in 5 Heinz TVs develops an issue within 5 years. Things like dimming problems, Wi-Fi drops, or total panel failure. The picture quality is impressive for the price, but think long term. Imagine watching your favorite show and one day, boom, the screen flickers and support tells you, sorry, out of warranty. Verdict: great first year, risky after that. Number 8, Vizio. Speaking of reliability, Vizio used to be the budget king, right? That affordable 4K smart TV brand everyone trusted in 2016. But the 2025 data tells a different story. Vizio's firmware issues and app bugs are the stuff of legend now. Users constantly report TVs freezing midstream, remotes not responding, and HDMI ports dying early. Consumer Reports actually removed Vizio's recommendation in 2025, citing the same reliability issues as Heinz. And get this, predicted failure rate. Within 5 years, around 20%. That's double what you'd expect from Sony or Samsung. I've even seen Reddit threads where people joke that owning a Vizio TV is like dating someone fun but unpredictable. Great nights, but you never know when it's over. Verdict: a brand that peaked and forgot to grow up. Number 7. TCL. This one hurts because TCL has been one of the most popular smart TV brands for the past few years thanks to those Roku and Google TV partnerships. And don't get me wrong, some TCL models are genuinely excellent, but we're ranking the brand as a whole, and that's where things get messy. Lower tier TCLs suffer from poor motion handling and uneven backlighting. Quality control is all over the place. You might get a gem, or you might get a screen that develops bright spots in 6 months. Still, compared to Hisense and Vizio, TCL is improving. Their flagship QM8 series even competes with Samsung QLEDs. Now, verdict. A mixed bag. If you buy TCL, buy their higher-end lines only. Number 6, Philips. Now this one surprises people every year. Philips, a legendary name in electronics, right? Old school reputation, sleek European design. But when it comes to TVs in 2025, that glow has kind of faded. Here's the deal. Philips still makes some stunning TVs, especially their AMOLED models. But in the US, most of the Philips TVs you see aren't even made by Philips anymore. They're licensed out to another company. That means the quality varies wildly depending on the model and region. Real data shows Philips' reliability rating sits around the mid-tier mark, better than Hisense or Vizio, but behind LG, Sony, and Samsung. Users complain about inconsistent brightness, slow smart TV interfaces, and weak customer support. Still, those AMOLED visuals, hard to resist. It's like watching your movie in a mini disco. Verdict, beautiful presentation. Average performance, looks. Premium acts mid-range. Number 5, Panasonic. Now we're talking heritage. Panasonic was once the gold standard for TVs. Anyone who had a Panasonic Plasma back in the day knows those things were tanks. But the modern market's been tough on them. While Panasonic still dominates in Japan and parts of Europe, their presence in the US has shrunk. In 2025, their newer OLEDs and LCDs score well on picture quality, but not as high on smart features or price to performance ratio. Still, Panasonic is known for building TVs that last. If reliability was your only metric, they'd be top 3, but their models are often overpriced and hard to find. I read one user's comment on a tech forum that perfectly sums it up. Owning a Panasonic in 2025 feels like driving a vintage Lexus, built to last, but not as flashy or modern as everyone else. Verdict, rock-solid reliability, fading market presence, great tech, limited availability. Number 4, Sharp. Oh, Sharp! Talk about a comeback story. This brand nearly disappeared a few years ago, but they've quietly been rebuilding their reputation. In the early 2000s, Sharp was known for okay TVs that didn't really stand out. But now, in 2025, they're back with a solid lineup that rivals TCL and LG in mid-range performance. Real reliability data shows Sharp TVs scoring slightly above average with failure rates around 12% over 5 years, which is quite respectable. Their Aquos line in particular is praised for sharp contrast, pun intended, and long lifespan. That said, Sharp still struggles with operating system fluidity, menu lag, limited app selection, and occasional software crashes. Verdict, reliable, well-built, slightly outdated, a brand rediscovering its identity. Now, before we jump into the real heavy hitters, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: customer support and updates. You see, a TV isn't just a screen anymore. It's basically a computer. It needs software updates, security patches, and app compatibility to stay functional. That's where a lot of these mid-tier brands fall apart. They launch a great TV, then vanish when it's time for updates. One big reason why the top-tier brands dominate is because they invest in long-term support. Samsung, LG, and Sony still push updates for models that came out 3 or even 4 years ago. That's a big deal. Alright, enough warming up. Let's step into the elite zone. Now these next few brands are where performance, reliability, and design finally meet. Number 3. Sony. Sony. The name alone carries weight, and for good reason. In 2025, Sony remains one of the most trusted and reliable TV brands in America. According to Life Story Research, they rank number 1 in brand trust and have one of the lowest failure rates in the industry. Only about 11% of TVs developing issues within 5 years. Their OLEDs and mini LEDs, incredible picture quality. The color accuracy, motion handling, and processing power make them the go-to for filmmakers and gamers alike. But here's the catch. Price. Sony TVs are expensive. Like, do I really need this much perfection? Expensive. Still, when you watch a movie on a Sony OLED, you feel it. The blacks are deep, motion is flawless, and everything just looks intentional. A friend of mine bought a Sony Bravia XR last year. He said, "It's the first TV that makes me want to rewatch old movies just to see what I missed." Verdict, the perfectionist's choice. Expensive, but worth every pixel. Number 2, LG. If Sony is the perfectionist, LG is the innovator. LG basically owns the OLED space, literally, because they make the panels that even other brands like Sony use. Their C4 and G4 OLEDs in 2025 have set new benchmarks in both brightness and lifespan. They've also improved one of their biggest weaknesses, burn-in. Remember when OLEDs had that issue where static logos would ghost onto the screen? LG's latest generation panels have reduced that by nearly 90%. According to internal tests and reviews, their WebOS platform is fast, clean, and intuitive. LG even leads in smart home integration. Your TV can connect directly with your home lighting, audio, and security system. Real user data puts LG near the top for customer satisfaction, just a hair behind Samsung. Verdict? Cutting edge, premium, and built to last. The king of OLEDs, hands down. Number 1, Samsung. You know it was coming. The heavyweight champion of 2025, Samsung. And honestly, they've earned it. Every year, Samsung somehow finds a way to make their TVs look brighter, sharper, and smarter. And this year, they've outdone themselves again. Their Neo QLED 8K and OLED S95D series have set new standards in picture quality. It's not just about resolution anymore. It's about clarity, contrast, and how alive the image feels. You stand in front of one of these and it doesn't feel like a screen. It feels like a window. What really makes Samsung special isn't just their tech though. It's how consistent they are. Whether you're buying a $500 budget model or a $3,000 flagship, you're getting solid build quality, great motion handling, and some of the lowest defect rates in the market. Around 9% within 5 years based on multiple Consumer Reports and Life Story Research 2025 data. That's lower than TCL, lower than Vizio, even lower than Sony in some regions. No, they're not perfect. Samsung still doesn't support Dolby Vision, and honestly, that's frustrating. But their HDR10 Plus implementation has improved so much that most people can't even tell the difference anymore. Another win, their Tizen OS. Yeah, it used to be clunky and ad heavy, but the 2025 version is cleaner, faster, and finally customizable. You can hide those annoying banners and get straight to your apps without scrolling through digital chaos. Plus, Samsung has quietly become one of the best options for gamers. Their newer QLED panels have 144Hz refresh rates, variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, and AMD Frank Premium. If you've got a PS5, Xbox, or PC rig, this thing feels buttery smooth. I've seen people literally sell their gaming monitors after switching to Samsung TVs. That's how good it's gotten. And it's not just performance. Samsung's customer satisfaction rating jumped to over 91% this year, one of the highest in the entire electronics category. Combine that with wide availability, strong warranty options, and continued software support, and you've got a brand that doesn't just win on specs, it wins on trust. So yeah, If you are wondering what TV to buy this year, Samsung is the safest, strongest bet you can make. Verdict: reliable, brilliant, and battle-tested. The all-around winner of 2025. Now, let's take a breath, because after all that, it's easy to forget what really matters here. This list isn't just about specs or logos. It's about what happens after you take the TV home. Think about it. You're not buying a piece of tech, you're buying hours of your life. Movie nights, gaming sessions, background noise while you cook, late night shows with someone you love. That screen becomes part of your daily rhythm. And if it's slow, glitchy, or unreliable, it ruins that experience. So let's recap the full 2025 ranking from runaway to absolutely worth it. Number 12, Element. Number 11, Westinghouse. Number 10, Scepter. Number 9, Insignia. Number 8, Toshiba. Number 7, Hisense. Number 6, Philips. Number 5, Panasonic. Number 4, Sharp. Number 3, Sony. Number 2, LG. Number 1, Samsung. That's your honest data-bat hierarchy for 2025. Now, I know some people will say, hey, I have a Hisense and it's great. Or, my Theo never gave me a problem. And that's totally fair. There are always exceptions. Sometimes you win the panel lottery. Sometimes you get a great unit. But the point here is consistency, not luck. You shouldn't have to gamble with something you watch every single day.